Vegetation. Okay. In previous class, we learn about the differences between plant cell and animal cell, plasma membrane, nucleus. When I said about nucleus, we learned that based on the presence of nuclear membrane around the nucleus, cells are two types: prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, nuclear membrane is absent. Example, bacteria. You say this. This is the bacteria and the genetic material. There is no nuclear membrane. In eukaryotic cells, nuclear membrane is present around the genetic material. Next, let us see about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a fluid part of the cell. Fluid part. The fluid inside the plasma membrane is a cytoplasm. It consists of various cell organelles. In eukaryotes, all the cell organelles are membrane bound, except ribosomes. So cytoplasm acts as a medium for the floating of cell organelles. Cytoplasm consists of various types of proteins and nucleic acids. And several life processes takes place in cytoplasm. In the beginning of cell biology, scientists believed that or named the cytoplasm as a protoplasm. Protoplasm. Why? Because the life is stored in the fluid and they named it as a protoplasm. Later, after several studies, they found that there is another type of fluid after discovery of the nucleus. The fluid in the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. And moreover, scientists believe that the protoplasm is responsible for various functions and life activities. So the nuclear membrane is separating two types of fluids, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Hence, the scientists renamed the protoplasm as a cytoplasm. So both cytoplasm and nucleoplasm combined, we can call as a protoplasm. So invention of several materials like microscope changed the view of cell biology. Okay, next. As I said, there are various types of organelles are there. Largest organelle is the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, vacuoles, ribosomes. In plants, you can see plastids. Let us discuss about each organelles. First of all, let us go for mitochondria. We can discuss about this. Okay, in previous class, you have done some activities with the compound microscope. You can observe the mitochondria also, but not ultrastructure. For this, you can take different types of leaves, like onion peel cells, rio leaf, or acacia tora leaves. Acacia tora means tumma. Those leaves you can select for the activity. For example, if you take onion peel, you take the transparent peel it and add some water drops. Meanwhile, prepare a stain solution which is required for observation of mitochondria. That is the Janus green pea solution. Janus green pea solution. So take some water and add Janus green pea and prepare the solution. Because the mitochondria can absorb this stain, that's why we have to use this. So afterwards, we take the onion peel which kept in the Janus green pea solution, put it on the slide, cover with cover slip, and observe under compound microscope. Then you can see a small dot-like structures in the onion peels. Dot-like structures. So you cannot see its outer structure. You have to use the electron microscope to see the outer structure of the mitochondria. See this diagram. It's a hypothetical diagram. That means imaginary. So when you observe under electron microscope, it can be revealed that the mitochondria is bounded with two types of membranes. One is outer membrane. Here inner membrane is folded inwards. Understand? They protrude and fold inwards. You can see that folds. These folds of the inner membrane in the mitochondria is known as cristae. They are called cristae. Right here. Cristae. There is a fluid in between the folds of the cristae. The fluid is matrix. The matrix consists of various types of enzymes which are responsible for a life process, that is respiration. You know, in the cellular respiration, mitochondria plays very important role. Cellular respiration. You know, whenever the food is digested, the nutrients are supplied to the cells. So inside the cells, by using oxygen, the energy in the food is released. That is cellular respiration. So this combustion of food molecules by using oxygen takes place in the mitochondria. Since energy is producing, the mitochondria is known as powerhouse of cell. Powerhouse of cell. So when compared to the size with the nucleus, they are very small. The width is 0.5 microns approximately. And the length is 2 to 5 microns. But in each cell, the mitochondria numbers varies. In young cells need more energy. That's why they have the more number of mitochondria. Normally, 150 to 200 mitochondria we can observe in the cells. Okay, let's go to another type of organelle which can be observed in only plant cells. Plastids. Plastids. Okay, these plastids can be observed only in the plant cells. That is a unique difference. Well, let us see some activities. The activity you done to see mitochondria, same materials can be used in to observe the plastids also. You can deal with the rheolite and you can take algae also. Since algae are autotrophs and have the high high photosynthetic rate, they have more number of plastids. If you take Rio leaf, it's a cotton plant. Tear the leaf and take a transparent part, put on the slide, add water drops, cover with cover slip, and observe the under microscope. So when you see this picture is about Rio leaf cells. What is this one?
Yes.
No, this is the stomata. Okay, stomata. What are these cells of stomata? God cells. In the God cells, you can see the dots. They are the plastids. Understand? You can see them in algae also. You collect some algae strains from any pond and observe under microscope. In algae, plastids are present in various sizes. You see cup shape, star shape, oval shape, ribbon shape. In some plants, ladder shape. They vary in different shapes in algae. They are visible very clearly in algae, even in under a compound microscope. Understand? Just take put some strains of algae on the cover slip, slide, and observe under microscope. Very clearly you can see the chloroplast in them. So how is the ultrastructure of these plastids? Let us see that. In the plastids are three types based on the pigment present in them. Pigment. Some plastids do not have the pigments. They are in white color. They are called leucoplast. Leucoplast. So some plastids have the chlorophyll pigment. They are called chloroplast. And third type have the different types of pigments like xanthophyll. They are called chromoplast. Flowers appear in a different beautiful colors because of the chromoplast. Leaves are in green color because of the chloroplast. Raw tomato appear in white color because it has the leucoplast. So each type of plastid have its own function. This chloroplast is very important. Why? Because the pigment present in the chloroplast is chlorophyll. It can trap the light energy and helps to convert it into chemical energy. Understand? It trap the light energy, later convert into chemical energy. Chemical energy means food. Do you know this process? Yeah, that's good. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So what is the pigment that trap the light is a chlorophyll. So chloroplasts are responsible to prepare the chemical energy through the process of photosynthesis. So the organisms which have this chloroplast are called autotrophs. Okay, next go to the other type of organelle, ribosomes. The smallest organelles in the cell are ribosomes. Almost all organelles have the membranes around them, but the ribosomes do not have. Moreover, ribosomes can be observed in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Understand? Prokaryote example, bacteria. In them you can see ribosomes. You see this picture? Small granular structures which is scattered in the cytoplasm. Those are ribosomes. Two types of ribosomes, free ribosomes and attached ribosomes. You see this in the cytoplasm. these ribosomes are scattered. These are free ribosomes. And see this picture, or this picture also you can see. Here, the ribosomes are attached to some membranes. That membrane is a endoplasmic reticulum. So the ribosomes which are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum are called attached ribosomes. So like this, they are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Some are free in the cytoplasm. So what is the function? They involve in a very important function, that is protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. When you see its structure, when you see the structure, the ribosomes are made of ribulose nucleic acid, RNA. RNA means ribulose nucleic acid. Ribosomes are made of ribulose nucleic acid. So ribosomes involved in the protein synthesis. Understand? They involve in the protein synthesis by using amino acids. So they are present in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Next, another organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. In shortcut, we can call it as ER, endoplasmic reticulum. See, if you observe this picture, thread-like structures are scattered in the cytoplasm. Actually, these are the membranes. Which membranes? Endoplasmic reticulum membranes. Understand? So, ER is the a network of membranes which is scattered throughout the cytoplasm. Network of membranes. So, these membranes are in different forms like tubes or sheets. And moreover, the structure of these membranes of ER is similar to the plasma membrane. Understand? So they are scattered throughout the cytoplasm. Here you can observe two types of endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum and a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, RER. RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why? Because they are attached with the ribosomes. In the previous picture you have seen. See here, this is the endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are attached to them. So they are called rough endoplasmic reticulum. In some places, endoplasmic reticulum is free. And where there are no ribosomes attached, that place is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of ribosomes? Protein synthesis. So obviously, the rough endoplasmic reticulum function also protein synthesis. That means it providing the surface for protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in lipid synthesis. Lipid or fat synthesis. In vertebrate animals, it plays important role. SCR. Vertebrates. Vertebrates means animals with backbone or vertebrates, animals without backbone, invertebrates. Okay, what do human beings? Are we vertebrates or invertebrates? Vertebrates. You know, we take different types of drugs to control the diseases in the form of medicines. Understand? They are very poisonous. They reach the liver. In the liver, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum detoxify them. Understand? So SCR plays important role in detoxifying the drugs, especially in the liver cells of vertebrate animals. So let us see the once again summarize the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Since it is a network of membranes scattered throughout the cytoplasm, it helps to transport the material from one place to another place in the cytoplasm, and it helps to exchange the material between the nuclear plasm and the cytoplasm also. Especially proteins. The protein transport throughout the cell takes place through the endoplasmic reticulum. It acts as a channel. Second one, it involves in protein synthesis. The next one, it involves in the lipid or fat synthesis. Okay, the ultra structure of endoplasmic reticulum is look like this. It has a tube-like structures and a sheet-like structures also. It fuses with the nuclear membrane. Around the nucleus, it fuses with nuclear membrane and helps to exchange of material between nuclear plasm and cytoplasm. So children, in today's lesson you learned about the cytoplasm and some organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, and the plastids, endoplasmic reticulum. In next class you will learn about more organelles. Understand?